Sapna from Spinayan English Academy. Today, in our series Stories of Hindu God and Goddesses, I'm going to tell the story of Surya, the sun god, and his duplicate wife. Surya carried on his duty of lighting the earth. His chariot is drawn by 7 white horses, and Arun is the charioteer. Time and speed is very important for Surya. As soon as a cheerful Surya got into his chariot, in a jiffy they went round the earth. When the earth was brightened by Surya, the birds started chirping. Men and women prayed to God Surya. But Surya didn't have time to watch all this. He just smiled and passed. One day, while he was passing, he saw a very beautiful girl plucking flowers. He was immediately attracted to that girl. On the second day also, he saw her plucking flowers, but he didn't have time to stop and inquire about her, because his duty was time bound. If he didn't complete his going round the earth on time, there will be great chaos. Surya became gloomy. He was upset about his situation. The gods and people noticed the bitter mood of Surya. Something is not all right. Surya is no longer the old vibrant Surya. It was Vayu Bhagwan who went and asked Surya what his problem was. Surya told about the girl whom he liked, and he didn't have any information about that. Vayu Bhagwan promised to bring information to him. Soon he came back with information that the girl is Sankhya and she is the daughter of Vishwakarma. Vishwakarma is more than happy to give his daughter's hand to the most eligible bachelor. So they got married. Surya was a very loving and caring husband, and Sankhya was a devoted wife. 3 children were born to them: Yama, Yamuna, and Vaivasthava. They were happily living together, but for Sankhya, she found it difficult because Surya was too bright. She couldn't look at her husband. Her eyes welled with tears, her throat went dry, her skin got burned, and her hair got scorched. She didn't know how to solve the problem. But she loved her husband and children so much. She was sitting and weeping when she heard, "Don't be upset. All your problem will be solved." "Who's that? Who's that?" asked Sankhya. "It's me, Chaya, your shadow." Sankhya brought life into Chaya with her magical power. Chaya agreed to take care of Sankhya's husband and children in her absence. So Sankhya went to her father's house. She stayed there for almost 3 months. One day, Vishwakarma told her, "My daughter, I'm more than happy that you are staying here, but it's not proper for a married girl to stay in her parents' house. Now you should go back to your husband and children." Sankhya knew she could no longer stay in her father's house. So she left the place. But wherever she goes, people will recognize her. So again, With her magical skill, she turned into a mare. She went into the jungle to do penance. Meanwhile, Chaya has settled down well and she was very happy living with Surya. Initially, she took great care of the children. 3 children were born to Chaya. She started changing. She became very harsh and cruel to the children. She didn't feed them properly. They were always hungry, not taken care of. They didn't understand why their mother has changed so much. One day, Chaya was feeding her children with sweet. Yama saw this. He asked his mother for sweets. But she said, "You greedy fellow, you can have it tomorrow. But you are not giving us anything good to eat." That started a quarrel between Yama and Chaya. Yama stamped his feet down, but accidentally he kicked Chaya's feet. Chaya went wild. "You, how can you kick me? I am going to curse you. Let the foot that kicked me be infested with insects." Within seconds, Yama's legs started paining. Yamuna came and tried to pacify him, but it didn't work. So Yama went to his father and told him the whole incident. Something was not okay, thought Surya. If that was the real mother, her curse will not fall upon her children. So he confronted Chaya. He asked her who she was. She had no go. So she told the truth that she is Chaya and Sangya has left to her father's place. Immediately Surya went to Vishwakarma's house, but found out that Sangya was not there. With his divine power, he understood that Sangya is now in the forest doing penance. He himself turned into a horse and went to the forest. It was a very tearful reunion for both. Surya spent almost 3 months with Sangya. Now it was time for him to return to his duties. Now Vishwakarma understood the problem in his daughter's house. He approached Surya and said, "Can I lessen your brightness a little?" Surya agreed happily. Vishwakarma set out to work. He smeared some sandal paste over him and started shaping Surya. He reduced the brightness of Surya to 1/8. Now, when he chipped off portion of Surya, with that he didn't want to waste it. So he made a trident for Shiva, a chakra for Vishnu, and a palanquin for Kubera. Surya looked much more handsome when he was reshaped. Sangya and Surya lived happily ever after. So that is the story of Sun God. Hope you enjoyed the story. Please do subscribe, like, and share my videos. Thank you for watching. We'll meet with another story next week. Bye.